Hello everybody and welcome back to SVP. This is the second video on as many days, and that's kind of the way that I'm going to try and run this channel. So I've got, without going too far into it, we've got a little app which I'm not great with technology. I'm thick as mince when it comes to technology. I absolutely hate it, if I'm completely utterly honest. But I've found a little app that I can use, which I feel like it might take 10-15 minutes to edit each video, which for me is great. So that's what I'm going to try and do, and kind of run this like a series concurrent, so it kind of builds up into what we do and how projects are moving on, cars that we've bought, cars that we've sold, problems that we haven't, and it'll be like a day-to-day diary of exactly what's kind of going on here. So this is the second video, and this is our Clio 200. I love this little car. I'm quite proud of it. With regards to me, obviously, the way I fit into this operation is I kind of deal with the sales side of things. I kind of deal with the ideas when it comes to track cars and builds. However, I'm not great with spanners. I'm not going to lie to anybody. Anybody who knows me already knows this. I'm absolutely useless. So we have a guy called Dave. Dave works with me now, and Dave's very technical. He's hands-on. He's very, very clever. And when it comes to building things, he's definitely the man for the job. He's very good at what he does. So this 200, my idea is Dave's handiwork, basically, and that's the way that it goes. So this car, long story short, you know, when you're into cars, you'll have the same kind of crack as what I've got. I get these wonderful ideas that basically I'm turning to shit. I get over enthusiastic, get carried away with stuff, get into this build, and then just think I can't be bothered with that. That's what happened with this car. A chap bought it. It's got 50,000 miles on it, genuine cup as well. It was bought from Redgate Lodge up in Newcastle, which is local to us. He then moved down south, took the car with him, got a fancy cage put in, basically paid just under £3,000 for this competitive cage to be put into the car. And that is basically where it ends for him. He didn't really do anything with it. He moved back up the northeast, brought the 200 with him, and then obviously we were put onto the car through a friend of ours, Chris down at Rensport, who does our bits of prep work. And he said, listen, I know where there's a car for you guys. Do you want to have a look? So we went and bought it. It was basically a bare shell with a roll cage in, which will be the first clip on the actual camera roll when you go into photos in the next clip itself, and you'll see the car. That's how we bought it. No glass in. It wasn't running. It was currently a non-runner at the time when we grabbed it. Roll cage was in, but the interior paint finish on the car was just absolutely abysmal. I don't know what the guy had attempted to do with regards to the paint, but it was terrible. I wish I'd built this channel a little bit earlier, and then I could have went through the different stages of building 200. Unfortunately, what you'll see is kind of the Clio 200 as it sits now, which we're actually we're almost ready for track day. So we've got Cadwell Park booked the 12th of February. So I've got some really good friends up at work where I am. We're all petrolheads, to be honest. We've all got the same ideas in our heads. One guy runs a tuned Meg RS250. Another guy runs a tuned Meg 265. My other pal Dan, who I've got the Unlimiter YouTube channel with, has a beautiful supercharged Silverstone GP Clio 200, which is an absolute little machine that goes really well. So we've put fancy cams in this, cat cams, stainless exhaust, stainless manifold. We've put a K-Tech racing intake on there as well. Things like new plugs, new belts, new clutch, the usual kind of stuff. But basically we've been through this car with a fine dose of salt and built it properly, so it's kind of race ready. It's ready to go, and we're going to put it up against the other cars and see how it fares. The car's going down to EFI Parts to see Chris for a map. I think it's next week, and we're hoping for the car to pull. Realistically, it's probably going to be 215 horsepower-ish, which will be a nice little improvement on the 205 horsepower these cars normally make without the cams. But obviously what we'll do is we'll cut the clips now. I'll put you into the video, and then you can have a look at the car. And what we'll do is we'll just keep this as a short video. You'll get a look at the car, what it's all about, and the next video I'll go into specs, what we've done to build it, the problems that we've had along the line, etc. And then we'll roll into Cadwell Park, race day with the boys, and we'll get some, well, you're not supposed to time on track days. We don't like to break rules, but I'll try and get some rough times to see what time the Clio gets around Cadwell Park. After doing a little bit of research, I've done Cadwell Park a few times, done it in a DC5, a supercharged EP3, and then Dave, who works with us, done it in his V8 M3 recently as well, so a little bit of experience at the track. If the Clio 200 breaks 150s, it will be very, very quick, so that's what we're aiming for. But into the clips now. Obviously, have a look at the 200. Let me know what you think of the car. You know, comments are always welcome, whether it be positive, negative. You know, I'm a big boy. I can take stuff on the chin. So whatever you're feeling, positive or negative, just fire them at me if you like. But enjoy the clips. And this is our Clio 200. So I thought what I'd do to end this one is give you a little look at the cars that's going to be going to Cadwell Park with us for the track day. I've got some very interesting, colourful friends. Some might say special, others might say retarded. But the first one is Anthony McGinty, who, to be fair, been his best friend since I was 2-year-old. I say a best friend, I actually feel like I've just had a job for like 35 years because I've basically just looked after him and cared for him all that time. So he's very special, not in a nice way, definitely in other ways. But I'll give you his look at his car and a few of the lads' car. The good thing is about where I'm currently working as well, I've got a really good group of friends in a close-knit community. We've got our parts supplier in the same yard, we've got our painter in the same place, so everybody knows each other, and it's nice to kind of get a look at the lads' cars. So I'm just down at the bottom of the units now before I go home, and I'll show you a couple of little things while I'm here. I'll show you the first one, which belongs to Mr. Pickering, also a good friend of mine. Just spin this phone round. So that is one of his. He's got quite a few. There is an E46 M3, which is that one there, which is a beauty. That belongs to him with the BBS wheels on. Other friend of ours has a 240, which is going to be coming on track as well. The E46 won't see the track anytime soon, I don't think. That is Anthony McGinty's Megane RS250 tuned car, a few little bolt-ons, and obviously back to CP. So Christian's is our parts supplier. He looks after all the orders for the aftermarket bits and even maintenance parts from Renault and stuff. Christian does all them little bits. So obviously that's his little sign up there on the wall. So look up CP Performance. He can send parts, well, nationwide, UK, Europe, wherever. So look that guy up. That's his little Clio Cup. It's like mine, just not as nice. He'll kill me for that. That one's got a very interesting noise under the bonnet. It's not a noise that you would like to hear when you start it. It's a bit of a sore subject between myself and Chris, but that's his little project, and I'll maybe dip my toe with that one at some point for content, and I'll show you kind of what Chris has been doing. As you can see, it's a beautiful little car. It's nice and clean. It's got some nice little 15-inch Pro Tracks on there, which I believe is the first set of Pro Tracks on a little Clio 172. Quite a nice wheel. Obviously new tyre stickers, as you can see. Obviously moving on. So don't normally drive on the phone, just so you know. Obviously this is private land in a private yard. So that's Anthony's little Meg that he's just getting. It's quite a nice car. PS4 S tyres on it there. Grams Lawrence springs. Few of the mods. Stage 1, I think it's about 290 horse. And obviously the little car in the background is his little 182 Engine Dynamics low boost turbo conversion, 250 horsepower. We've not long sold him that, but unfortunately he decided to come out of it quickly and jump into that, which obviously E92 V8, which is also supplied by us for Anthony, so he bought that from us. And the little boosted 182, believe it or not, which I'll do a video on, is actually going across to Malta. So we're going to go and meet the guy from Malta at the airport or train station and get that one away. But that's the end of this video. Just a quick look at some of the other cars that are kind of kicking about in the yard. And the next video we'll roll into will probably be prep on the 200 in Cadwell Park.